Okay, guys, so now that we have done the egg model that I just showed y'all, we're going to go over a video on Jigspace that talks about the layers of the earth, because today we're going to go over those layers and we're going to talk about each layer in detail and decide what characteristics are important to each characteristic, to each layer. So um, okay, so I'm going to share my screen so that y'all can see the video. Okay, so we're gonna go to Jigspace, and today like I said, we're going over Earth's layers. So I created a video that I want you to view over the 4 layers of the space. With this 3D model, I would like to describe the layers of Earth. Each layer is different and contains different characteristics than the next. There are 4 main layers that are under Earth. These are the crust, the mantle, the inner core, and the outer core. Earth is home to many humans and animals. It is the 5th largest planet and is the only known planet to host life. You can't hear it?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's try this again. I might just go ahead and read it to y'all. That way I can ensure that y'all can hear it. Okay, so this is a 3D model of Earth. And it's saying each layer is different and contains different characteristics than the next layer. There are 4 main layers that we are going to go over. And those are the crust, the mantle, the inner core, and the outer core. It says Earth is home to many humans and animals. It is the 5th largest planet and is the only known planet to host life. Let me see how to get to the next one. Okay, so slide 2 talks about the crust. Also, while we are going over this video, if you feel like you need to take notes in your journals, you have your journals, you're more than welcome to write in them to refer back later when you have your poster that you need to create. This can help you when you have to label each one and tell the characteristics. Can anyone tell me where on Earth that we live? Where do we live? Joshua, where do we live? You're muted right now. You're muted still.
I'm not muted.
Okay. I'm sorry.
America.
Yes, America. But where do we live? Looking on this big world, where do we live at? Do we live in the water? Where do we live at?
Land.
We live on the outside, right? So, Josiah, what is the outside of Earth? What is the outside where we live at? Where's that at? What is that called?
Uh, the crust?
The crust. Yes. Awesome. Okay, so yes, we live on the crust. It says the Earth's crust is like a thin shell on the outside of Earth. According to Science News for Students, the crust ranges from 3.1 miles to 43.5 miles deep, depending on the area, if it is under the oceans or the continents. It is made up of rocks and minerals. Earth's crust is broken into bigger pieces called tectonic plates that converge, they pull apart, and they slide past each other. The second layer of Okay, the second layer of Earth, which is called the mantle, is right underneath the crust. The mantle is also the thickest crust. It is about 1,800 miles thick, and the mantle also makes up about 84% of Earth's total volume. Okay, so next is the outer core, which is the third layer, and as you can see, it's right here. Well, you cannot see me pointing to it, but it's the orange part.
Which one?
The outer core is that orange part right there. It's got the arrow pointing to the orange part. Okay, it is a fluid layer that is about 1,500 miles thick. So why do y'all think that it is a fluid layer? Why do you think it's not solid like land is solid? Josiah?
Because
You're muted, Josiah.
because it's like really high in the middle.
Yes. So this part is very, very hot. Um, According to Wikipedia, it says temperatures range from 4,940 degrees Fahrenheit to 13,940 degrees Fahrenheit. So, can y'all imagine just that heat? I mean, on a normal hot day during the summer, it can range, like 100 degrees, 110 degrees. I think that's the highest we've seen around here is like 110 degrees. I mean, we're talking about in the thousands of degrees. So it's very, very hot, um, which means it's going to be more liquefied instead of a solid. Okay, so the last crust or the last layer, I'm sorry, that we're going to talk about is the crust. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The last layer we're going to go over is the inner core, which is it's like a solid dense ball, and it's about 1,250 kilometers thick. This is the hottest, densest part of the earth. So this is the hottest layer. It is about 1,800 miles below Earth, and it is made out of metal, iron, and nickel. So this is the hottest layer. So what did we say was the liquid layer? Joshua, you're muted. You're muted. I'm sorry.
Upper mantle.
The Not the upper mantle. the upper mantle is, or the mantle itself is the thickest layer, but the liquid layer is the, yes,
Inner core?
the outer core. The outer core is the liquid layer because it's getting closer to the layer, to the inner core. Okay, so then I want to show you, if it'll let me pull this up, an anchor chart that was made. And it has the layers of the earth, it has the mantle, the crust, the inner core, and the outer core. So what was our first layer? What is our first layer? Yes, the crust. The crust. Good job. Okay, so we see the crust in brown on the outside. And then the mantle is the thicker part. You'll see the thicker crust right there?
No.
It's the one in red. The red crust, or the red layer. That's the mantle. And then we have the inner core, or the outer core, I'm sorry, in orange. And that's the liquid layer. And the inner core is the very middle, the very center of it all. Okay? So I can make sure to keep this up in a little bit when we do our poster, so that you can have that to look at to help you when you need to look back at it. And it also has the information, the thickness and the fluid layers and all that stuff. Okay guys, so now that we have gone over the layers of the earth, I want y'all to pull out the poster that I sent home with y'all. And I also sent home a little packet with a few pictures. You should have this. Y'all should have this in y'all's envelope that it came with.
What do we use?
You're going to need a marker and a pencil. You're also going to need glue. And you're going to need this paper that I gave you, or that I sent you. Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and cut out, a square around each thing. There should be 4 of them. So go ahead and cut each picture out. Y'all let me know when y'all have that and y'all cut out and y'all are ready to go to the next part.
Do you have to cut out this? The part?
No, just like that is fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so first on your poster board, you're going to put these 4 pictures in a line on one side to the left. The first picture that you're going to glue on the top is this one right here, the one of the world. Yes. Okay, so go ahead and glue that down. And we're going to go over this. This is a picture of the world, but we're using this as an example. What is the outer layer of Earth called? We have the mantle, the crust, the inner core, the outer core. So looking at this picture, looking at the layers of Earth anchor chart. Yes, just Joshua? No, the outer layer of Earth. What is the outer layer? The layer that we said that we live on. You're muted.
The crust.
The crust. Good job. Okay, so what I want you to do is glue this on your left-hand side. I have the poster. So it's going to look like this. It's going to be on your left-hand side. And on the other side, I want you to draw an arrow. And I want you to put crust. Okay? Now leave a little space under crust so that you can write a couple facts of each layer before you turn that in. Okay, y'all finish that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the second one, I want you to get out this one that is opened, cut opened. And Josiah, can you tell me what, we're looking at the red layer, the red bigger layer. What is that layer called?
Mantle.
The mantle, yes. What is one fact about this? What makes this? What characteristic makes this the mantle?
It's just the thickest layer.
It's the thickest layer. Good job. Okay, so underneath the crust, I want you to put this, glue this underneath it. And to the right, you're going to write the mantle. Okay, are y'all ready for the third layer? Okay, so the outer core, this one already says the outer core on there. This is referencing to the layer on top of the inner core. And Joshua, what was important about this layer? What kind of layer was it? Remember, was it a liquid or a solid layer?
Liquid.
A liquid layer. Why was it a liquid layer?
Because it's very, very hot.
Yes, because it's very hot. Good job. Okay. So once y'all glue that one, underneath is going to go the inner core. And this one is pointing to the little ball in the middle, or I guess you could say the big ball, the center. And this is the hottest part of Earth, okay? It's 800 miles thick and it's made of metal, nickel, and iron. So this should be your fourth picture going down. Now after you've labeled all 4 layers, under each layer I want you to write at least 2 facts of each. And after you do that, I want you to go ahead and turn it in. Take a picture of it with your phone, and then you can send it to my email, and that way I can view it that way, your completed poster. Is there any questions that y'all might have? Did y'all understand the layers and have any questions over the layers? No? Okay. Okay, yes. So my email is blpena72@gmail.com. So as soon as you finish that, you can send that picture to my email and I will print it out and grade them, okay? All right, thank you guys. See you later.